The truth of the matter, harnessing the force of Mars to ignite your ambition. The veil of reality quivers, trembling at the edges where the known and the unknowable collide. Quantum entanglement defies the very notion of separation, binding particles in a silent conspiracy across impossible distances. One moves, and the other follows, instantaneously, without regard for time or space, as if the fabric of the universe itself is a ruse. A stage play designed to convince us that we are apart, when in truth we are one. The ancients spoke of divine unity, of a cosmos threaded together by an unseen force. Now the physicists, the skeptics, the priests of reason whisper the same truth in hushed and uneasy tones. The breathtaking secrets of time, that great river in which we believe ourselves to be drifting, it, too, falters under the weight of scrutiny. We cling to the illusion of past and future, of cause and effect, yet every discovery tears at the seams of this comforting lie. Time bends, stretches, warps, even halts altogether in the presence of great forces. Some insist that all moments exist at once, that we are merely prisoners of perception, our minds stringing scattered instants into a fragile illusion of continuity. The mystics have long spoken of the eternal now, of destiny as something already written. Each moment pulls at you, revealing only glimpses of the truth as you know it. For what you have identified as real is not reality at all. It is merely yourself, reflected back at you. The world you see is but the echo of your subconscious, the great mirror through which you are forced to confront the depths of your own being. And yet, you do not choose the foundations upon which this mirror is built. You do not choose your genetics, the wiring of your mind, the weight of your ancestors, fears and traumas imprinted in your very cells. You do not choose the circumstances of your birth, the predispositions that shape your desires, the wounds you inherit before you take your first breath. You do not choose the nightmares that chase you, nor the gifts that haunt you with their terrible potential. And yet you must live them, embody them, carry them forward as though they were your own. A force, nameless yet familiar, pulses beneath your choices, shaping the contours of your fate before you ever lay claim to it. It is a consciousness that longs for expression, a will that speaks through you, whether for triumph or despair, for love or destruction. It weaves itself into the fabric of your thoughts, your desires, your fears, moving through you like a playwright desperate to see its story unfold. And so you walk paths you never paved, following scripts you never wrote, convinced you are free while bound to patterns that existed long before you. And yet, there is one force that does not yield to fate. One current in the vast river of being that does not bend to passive flow, but instead cuts through the water like a blade. This is Mars, the force of action, of ambition, of decisive will that does not wait to be guided, but instead creates its own momentum. It does not whisper, it does not pull gently, it does not suggest or request. It commands. Mars is the fire that does not flicker uncertainly in the dark but roars, consuming everything in its path that is too weak to withstand its heat. It is the force that refuses hesitation, that does not tolerate complacency, that sees obstacles not as barriers but as challenges demanding to be conquered. It is the energy that does not ask if you are ready. It demands that you rise to the occasion, that you step forward with certainty, that you claim the future before it ever has a chance to claim you. Ambition is not just a thought, not just an idea. It is an inevitability when Mars is alive within you. It is the force that creates before the world is ready, that pushes boundaries before permission is given. This energy is what builds, what innovates, what takes rather than waits. It is the driving force behind every empire, every industry, every invention that has reshaped the world. It is the hunger that does not wane, the will that does not bend, the force that does not accept failure as an end, but instead as a redirection, a sharpened blade refined in the heat of challenge. This energy does not bow to resistance. It does not flinch in the face of rejection. It moves through it, over it, beyond it. It is the force that transforms frustration into strategy, obstacles into opportunities, delays into fuel for greater force. It is the energy that turns hunger into action, desire into execution, vision into something undeniable. To awaken this force is to step beyond hesitation, beyond the illusion of uncertainty. It is to recognize that momentum is everything, that hesitation is the death of progress, that movement itself generates opportunity. To tap into Mars is to understand that the world does not shape you, you shape it. You do not wait for permission. You do not wait for the perfect moment. You move. Every successful leader, every bold entrepreneur, every strategist who has reshaped the world has carried this energy, whether they recognized it or not. It is the unstoppable force that does not accept maybe, someday, not yet. It is the fire that fuels every great conquest, every expansion, every moment in which a new reality is carved out by will alone. Mars is neither cruel nor kind. It does not judge. It does not measure worthiness. It does not wait for preparation. It ignites. Those who stand in its path are either consumed by its fire or strengthened by its heat. Those who wield it do not merely hope, they create. The force that shapes your destiny is not some far-off, untouchable entity. It is within you. It is you. You are not the witness to this energy. You are not merely carried by it. You are the conduit. It moves through your ambition, through your hunger, through your refusal to remain stagnant. It is the reason you push forward when others turn back. It is the reason you continue when the path is unclear. It is the reason you build when others hesitate. The reason you take the risk. The reason you refuse to stop. It does not matter if the world sees your vision yet. It does not matter if the path ahead is paved. Mars does not ask if something is possible. It makes it so. It does not wait for certainty. It acts until certainty is inevitable. You do not walk blindly in this world, following paths paved by others. You carve the path, burn the road behind you, and claim the future that is already yours. The energy of Mars is not something to be feared, not something to be tempered. It is the unstoppable force that transforms everything it touches. You have always carried this fire. It has always been waiting, beneath hesitation, beneath self-doubt, beneath the illusion that you are anything less than powerful. This is not the moment to question, to delay, to ponder. This is the moment to move, to build, to create, to dominate. This is the force that will define your legacy. Ignite it.